Merry Christmas, kids, if you celebrate that. If not, happy holidays to you. I don't know which one it is, even if it's none at all. It's the time of year for people to hang out with their loved ones. And that's what I was doing today. Hanging out with my loved ones. Man, what a fabulous holiday season it's been for me. So many gifts of beer. So many. My sister-in-law and brother-in-law, they got me some nice stuff. Christmas ale that I'll be that I'll be sharing with you very soon. And I have just opened the Christmas present from Paul. And oh my goodness, it is this year's Samuel Smith's Winter Welcome Ale. This year, 2025-2026. Not an easy beer to find. Thank you, Paul. What an awesome gift. Here, I'll show you guys the label. It's a different label every year. This is one of England's oldest breweries. And I'm sure it's got the founding year on here somewhere, so I will look and see. I mean, it's so old that William Shakespeare has an endorsement on the label. Blessing of your heart, you brew good ale. That is his endorsement, I guess you could say. Tradition, Yorkshire, greetings. Brewed at Yorkshire's oldest brewery, Samuel Smith's Winter Welcome, 2025-2026. It's got a nice picture of a band, a brass band, with little Santa hats on. It's basically standing in a snowy town square. Let's see what we got on the back here. 6% alcohol by volume. And I believe this is a pint and some change in here. Yes, 1 pint and 2.7 fluid ounces. So, and of course it's got the standard surgeon's warning. Don't throw ninja stars if you're drunk and pregnant. You know, oh, I took that off. There's tiny, tiny print. Duh. This seasonal beer is a limited edition brewed for the short days and long nights of winter. Yes, they are. The full body resulting from fermentation in stone. Those are called Yorkshire squares. If you haven't seen them and you like beer, look that up because it's really a cool sight. So, and the luxurious malt character, which will appeal to a broad range of drinkers, is balanced against a whole dried Fuggle and Golding hops with nuances and complexities that should be contemplated before an open fire. Sadly, I don't have an open fire going right now. No year. I thought that they had a year on here. And best by date on neck. Well, since it is a 2025-2026, I don't believe we have to worry about that at all. So, it is a bottle, though. And since it's a big bottle, I think I should pour it into a big glass. So I'll probably just use one of the big 20-ounce mugs. So 16 plus 2.7, that makes that 18.7 ounces of beer. And I like beer. And I like to have enough room in the glass. So we have opened the bottle. Opened it. So, it's getting a little foamy. I must have been agitating the crap out of it. Well, I was looking at all of the printing all over it. So, let's give it a pour. I'm saving all these bottles because these are cappable bottles, and I've got a bottle capper. I don't think I have any bottle caps anymore. I think they might have gotten tossed. But that's exactly the color I expect of the Winter Welcome. Beautiful, beautiful amber, very clear beer. If I poured it roughly, it would have had a nice, slightly off white head. But I poured it down the side because I wanted to get right into the beer and not wade past the head. Because I'm quite full of Christmas dinner still. My in-laws, which is who we spent time with this evening, they're Polish, and so I had an evening of pierogi, an evening of Polish sausage and sauerkraut, and some of the finest rye bread and butter ever. So it was very, very nice dinner. And then an awesome game of cards. So just, very Midwest of me. But what can I say? I'm from Chicago. All right, let's give this thing a sniff in glass. So the same, it's almost amazing how even year to year they maintain such consistent quality in their winter welcome ale. And the hops are the things that come through on the smell, but they're not like overpowering hops. They're actually quite subtle because they're dried hops, where you're getting more of the flavor from the oil than you are from any of the juices of the hops. Now, I've used both dried and desiccated hops and fresh. And I will say, fresh hops are very, very messy. You have to filter quite a bit when you're transferring them from vessel to vessel for the various stages of fermentation. So let's just dunk ourselves in this thing like holiday apples, baby. I'm telling you what. Oh, nice. Samuel Smith's Winter Welcome Ale is a beer-flavored beer. They're not adding spices or anything. They're just going with high-quality ingredients. Very nice malted grain. The hops are present but not overpowering. The flavor lingers slightly, but it's not an unpleasant, and it's not cloying and hanging on like strong flavors hanging on. It's a very crisp, effervescent beer that, hey, like they said, it's a great beer for enjoying in front of an open fire. It would go well with some wood smoke. I'm telling you that. So this one is not one that I drink with cookies. So that'll give you an indication. So. Delicious. Had plenty of cookies this evening. My sister-in-law was quite the baking fiend this holiday. She had those awesome peanut butter cookies with the Hershey's Kisses pressed into them. Yum. So she also made what's called millionaire bars, which are like coconut chocolate chip nut concoctions. I seem to be one of the few people that appreciates coconut on the planet, but I had a good time. I ate way too much, especially for a guy who's lost so much weight this year. I shouldn't have eaten that much because my belly has shrunk. So I actually sat upstairs for a while, waiting for all of that to settle a little bit before I came down here to have this beer with you guys, because I knew I would want to just plow through this beer, because I knew that Paul would have something special in bag for me. And the 2025-2026 Samuel Smith's Winter Welcome Ale is special. It's a good beer. And I have seldom gotten them in the year that they were supposed to be drank. I usually get them a couple of years old and stuff. And it's great. They're still great beers. Samuel Smith's doesn't deal with the freshness date kind of BS that a lot of breweries go with. Beer can sit in a bottle for quite some time. Some beer gets better the longer it sits in a bottle. Now, I don't know if that's the case with all beers, but I think like beer-flavored beers, the longer they sit, the better they get. So, and to a certain point. Then after that, it'll start to sharply decline, I think that has more to do with the integrity of the bottle, though, than it does to any kind of drop off in the quality of the brew. So, as hard as they try, that's not a perfect science. The capping is not a perfect science. I've had some New Glarus that I've opened that have had strange occurrences on the inside, little rubber slash plastic seal that has made the beer taste a tiny bit off. Not the case on this one, though. This is a nice, freshly brewed, probably brewed to come out of age, come out of cask and into the bottles probably like September of this year. And then they let it sit for, 8 weeks or so before they start selling it. Oh, it's good stuff. If you see these in store, kids, any of you beer drinkers see Samuel Smith's Winter Welcome in store, you really should pick it up. It's not a beer to miss. And it's one of the oldest beers on the planet. So, going back in. So when you put that in your mouth, put it in your mouth. When you put it in your mouth, the thing that you taste the most is the malting of the grains. And then after you swallow, the hops wash across the top of your mouth, down your tongue. And you get that nice hop, bitter end, and then it just drifts away. Which is what I look for sometimes, most times in a beer. I'm not a guy who wants a beer to linger in my mouth. I don't want people to guess what I drank just by talking to me, if you know what I mean. So. Oh, delicious. I am going to take the rest of this beer upstairs to my easy chair, where I will hang out with Mr. Benny, my Chihuahua, who missed us sorely since we could not take him over to Grandma's house, because Grandma has anxiety and she freaks out about the dog. Oh, he's going to lift his leg on everything. He's in my lap, Ma. It's okay. So, and I will go hang out with Mrs. Fez upstairs as she lays on the couch and ignores me. So, ladies and gentlemen, happy holidays to you. I hope you spent the holidays with someone you love. And if you don't have someone to love, go out this year and open up and find some people. Because life is too short to live alone.